For this problem, we need to show in the table what type of function is being modeled by the data points, and we're going to do that by finding a pattern. And so I can look at my x values and see that we are adding 3 each time. And every time that we add 3 to x, we can see that we are doubling our y values. And so this is an add multiply pattern, which tells me that this is an exponential function. Now that we know what type of function it is, we're going to find the particular equation algebraically. And so since this is exponential, I know that its equation is going to be y equals a times b to the x power. And so I have 2 different variables that I need to find, both a and b, and so that means that I need to write 2 different equations. And so I'm given 3 points, and it doesn't matter which 2 points I use to write my equation. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my first one, plug 13 in for y, leave a and b alone since that's what we're searching for, and plug 8 in for x as the exponent. The other point that I'm going to use is the second one, and I'm going to plug in 26 for y. Again, we don't know a and b, and plug 11 in for x. From here, I have my 2 equations, and we are going to use substitution to help us find a and b. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this first equation for a since it's easier than trying to find b. And so I'm going to divide both sides by b to the 8th. So I will have 13 over b to the 8th power. Now that I know what a equals, I'm going to substitute it into the other equation for a. So I will have 26 equals 13 over b to the 8th times b to the 11th. From here, I'm going to go ahead and multiply everything on the right here, and I know that b to the 11th has a 1 underneath it that we normally don't write. And so I'm going to rewrite this as 26 equals 13 times b to the 11th over b to the 8th. Using our law of exponents, we can simplify our base b. 11 over 8, we're going to end up subtracting those powers. So I will get 26 equals 13 times b to the 3rd. From here, I'm going to divide both sides by 13. So I'm going to get 2 equals b to the 3rd. And then from here, to undo this cube, I'm going to cube root both sides. Okay, so again, to get the cubed root, you go into math. And then the 4th one is the cubed root of 2. Notice you could also raise 2 to the 1/3 power. Those mean the same exact thing. So we don't get a nice perfect answer, so I'm just going to go ahead and write part of it. 1.2599, and I'm going to write ... So I know that that continues on. I do still need to find my a value, and so I'm going to take this value for b and substitute it into the equation for a. And so since this number does go on forever, we can store it into alpha b. And then now to find a, we can just type in 13 divided by b to the 8th power. And so we will end up getting a will equal 2.0473 ... And again, that one continues on. Now we can write our particular equation. We're just going to end up having to round. I'm going to go ahead and round to 3 decimal places. So our a value will have y equals 2.047 times our base, which is 1 point, and this would round to 260 to the x power. And now we're done.